Moon Mondays, why setting intentions isn't enough with the Scorpio new moon this week. So it's the new moon week, and here's the truth. Just setting intentions with the new moon isn't enough, right? Wishing on a moonbeam, fingers crossed, essential oils on the altar. It's just not going to cut it. The cosmos doesn't work like that. Magic isn't passive, it's participatory, right? We have to meet the universe halfway. We have to do our work, the gritty, getting conscious, courageous kind. And that's really where the magic happens. So I used to religiously set intentions, ceremony after ceremony, moon after moon, relentlessly without fail. I'd gather outside under the stars or in front of my altar, surrounded by crystals, candles. I'd anoint myself with essential oils, burn sage, write my intentions on special paper, seal them in a beautiful box, whisper them to the moon, pull cards, all of it, right? If you've done this, you know exactly what I mean. The ritual perfection, the sacred setup, right? The full on spiritual moment. And yet nothing changed, not really, right? Month after month, I'd realize I couldn't even remember what intention I'd set last time, right? It was like some cosmic game of like set it and forget it. And sure, it felt spiritual. It felt like what I was supposed to be doing, but I wasn't manifesting Jack, right? Eventually, I realized setting intentions and magical thinking isn't going to get the job done. The universe doesn't deliver all by itself on our dreams. We have to show up and co-create with it. And that was the turning point for me, right? When I stopped outsourcing my growth to the moon and started taking aligned real world action. That's when things finally began to shift. So this week, the cosmos offers us a powerful invitation to do exactly that. Wednesday night for me, or Thursday morning for some of you, brings the Scorpio new moon. It's exact at 11:47 p.m., right? Almost Thursday morning mountain time here in Colorado, where I am. New moons always invite us to set intentions, to plant seeds. It's the beginning of the moon cycle, but this one's a big deal, right? It's not about pretty words on fancy paper. It's about facing what's been buried, reclaiming your power, and making something actually move, right? Here's why. Because this new moon kicks off a vast underworld journey in our solar system. Both Venus and Mars, the planets of being and doing, the feminine, masculine sides of ourselves, are going to be disappearing behind the sun over the coming months. So they're entering what the ancients called the underworld, hidden from view, purified in the light of source, the sun, spirit. And Scorpio lives in that territory, right? Scorpio is the archetype of the depth diver, the emotional spelunker, unafraid to explore the shadow, our pain, the part of ourselves we usually avoid. So, this isn't a fluffy manifesting moon, it's a cosmic summons to excavate. Now, add to that, Mercury is Cazemi at this new moon, right? Meaning it's meeting in the exact heart of the sun, the exact alignment with the sun at the moment with the moon on the new moon, right? So that's like Mercury getting a direct download time with source itself, clarity, illumination, increased awareness. This is what Venus and Mars are going to both be doing together in the coming months. From now through until February is when it all shifts and we start to move out of this underworld cycle, but all through the holidays. And it's kicking off with this Mercury Cazemi Scorpio new moon, right? So together, these energies point to a massive opportunity, right? To bring something that's been stuck in your unconscious into the light of consciousness, where you finally have choice, agency, and the power to change it. We'll talk more about that in a moment. By Friday, the sun enters Sagittarius, the fire sign of the seeker, the adventurer. So we're not just diving deep with Scorpio, we're also setting out on a quest for higher truths of Sagittarius, right? Scorpio takes us into the depths, Scorpio carries us back out into the light, right? So there's this perfect, energy kicking off this week of this underworld time of doing that excavation to bring something into more of our consciousness so we can get some movement and create the change that we really want in our lives. So, over the next few months, through the holidays and into early 2026, we're traveling through a sacred process of rebirth, the alchemy of transformation, change, and growth is particularly alive. As Venus and Mars meet the sun in their own underworld journeys, our inner feminine and masculine sides are realigning with source, inviting us into greater wholeness, into being more of our true selves and being comfortable and feeling safe showing up as our true selves. So, this is a truly potent moment to shift something that's been like bugging the hell out of you, right? What is the thing that is just driving you nuts right now that you so are ready to shift and change, right? So, ask yourself, what's one thing in my life that feels stuck, exhausting, or just done? Where am I ready finally to break free and move forward? And I suggest keeping it real and concrete, right? This isn't about like fantasy level wishes. Choose one or two areas that you can actually influence, like something you could transform between now and February when Venus rises again into the evening sky. So that's the real magic of working with the moon, aligning intention with consistent action. And also through this time, consistent diving into where am I getting stuck? Where am I getting in my own way? Making that more conscious so I can just get the wiggle room to start making new choices around it and taking better aligned action that supports where I really want to be going in my life. So, this week, under this Scorpio new moon, here's an invitation. Take one simple, doable step toward change. Journal or meditate on one area you're ready to shift. Name the pattern or habit that's been holding you hostage, and then take one small action to move the energy, right? Just increasing your awareness, your understanding, bringing it out of the shadows and taking the blinders off, right? This might mean like setting a boundary, making an honest phone call, clearing a space in your home, or simply sitting with the uncomfortable feeling that you've been avoiding. This is how we honor Scorpio's power by bringing light to the darkness, awareness to the unconscious, and movement to the stuck places. Next week, I'll see you when both Mercury and Saturn station direct, meaning things will start speeding up again. We'll also arrive at the first quarter moon, which is our first check in point on these new moon goals that you'll be setting this week in support of this whole greater underworld transformation through February. So use this week to get crystal clear on what matters most so that when the energy shifts forward, you're ready to move with it. I'm Sheridan Semple, your astrology life coach, here to help you move from feeling stuck to finally getting traction, freeing yourself from old patterns so you can live with more space, ease, and authenticity. I invite you to join me in Moon Sister Circle, where we meet live twice a month to flow with the moon's rhythm, break the habits that hold us back, and realign with who we came here to be, all grounded in astrology. Because when we stop just setting intentions and start living them, that's where the real magic begins.